Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I review Doctor Who Flux, Episode 5, Survivors of the Flux.
Yeah, that'll do it. I'll do it nicely.
Hello everyone, this one's going to be a little bit more chilled. As you can see, my lovely cat Tiggy Woo has decided to join us. This one is a bit difficult to review. For the mass majority of Doctor Who Flux, I have got to admit I have enjoyed it. But this episode's shown why Chris Chibnall really has been quite a poor Doctor Who showrunner. Okay, it can't be helped that the show went from 10 episodes to 8 episodes to 6 episodes due to a global pandemic. But the writing for this episode and episode 3 with the big info dumps really haven't helped things. He should have kept things simple. He should have done things easy. He didn't. He's overcomplicated it. And this episode, on several rewatches, really hasn't helped things. We start off, obviously, with the Doctor being a weeping angel for 5 seconds, and as soon as that happened, I knew where this was going. Then we ended up being with probably the bits that I enjoyed in the episode, which were the Eustachius, Jericho, Yaz and Dan bits. But again, they led nowhere, really. Okay, they led to the Williamson tunnels that might lead to something. Okay, the show isn't over yet. But if anybody can tell me the linear writing pattern or the structure of this episode, where it was leading, I would love to know. I have enjoyed, like I said, the vast majority of this series. But episodes 3 and 5 have really let the team down. And they're the ones that Chris Chibnall heavily writ for. I said go heavy on the Timeless Child, and I have gone from looking forward to it to thinking we're not going to get this concluded. And I'm really disappointed in several aspects of the episode. I didn't like the hermit bit. I thought it was a bit left field. The serpent being involved in Unit. I love Unit. Unit's one of my favourite bits to do with Doctor Who. One of my favourite Doctors is the Third Doctor era, where we're heavily involved with Unit. I didn't like it. I've got to admit, the cameo by Nicholas Courtney was nice. But the writing structure and the pronunciation of the text and script in this episode was quite frankly diabolical. And if I'm to point one thing out, it would be the plot drop of how Yaz knows what's going on. Because I genuinely think the Dan, Yaz and Eustachius bit was thrown in, and I bet that had something to do with a reshoot. Because they must have been going through this episode and go, how do they know to go to 1904? Then they've just mysteriously got this ball of 13th Doctor talking about finding a certain date for when the universe ends. And to be quite honest with you, I'm starting to think Chibnall hasn't done any planning for this series. He's obviously watched series 2 to 10 and gone, I'll have that bit, that bit, that bit and that bit. Cram them all together. That's what the fans are like, and I'll try and pepper in some Timeless Child to try and conclude it. I'm not trying to be deliberately controversial. I'm being real with you here. I'm not going to cut this. As you can probably see, my cat is asleep behind us. This one was really good on a first watch, but with my eye over several parts of it on rewatches, it is very poor. The Williamson tunnels, they finally get some sort of relevance. You know, his random Williamson of the Week appearance, what was that about? I've got, you know, he makes it so obvious when he goes, death, sir, death. don't go through door 9, death. Right, okay. So we're going through that next week then. And it's just made it too obvious. And the whole Doctor meeting Tectayun and Division, not the Division, I think this whole thing was an absolute cluster. What a mess. He's tried to throw 3 or 4 series worth of stuff into one series, because I think the BBC sacked him, because it has to be, that has to be. And they've shoehorned Russell in to try and save the show, because Chibnall, I did have a little bit of hope with Series 12, I must admit, because I enjoyed Series 12, and I've enjoyed the vast majority of Flux. But the 2 episodes I've enjoyed, he's had nothing to do with, really. I can tell you straight now, I don't think he had anything to do with the Angel episode. I think the bits that he had to do with the Angel episode was either the ending, the cliffhanger, or it was the Bell and Vinda bits. I don't think he had much anything to do with the Angels, to be honest with you. I got to say, going on towards the end of this episode, and it makes my head itch, and the ending was confusing. How did Swarm get there? That wasn't explained properly. Or we'll just turn people into smoke, and then suddenly I've got a psychic bridge to Division. What a load of claptrap is what I call that. That is seriously bouncing on poor writing. He's borrowed off RTD, he's borrowed off Moffat for this season, and you can tell because they're the good bits. Timeless Child, Division, I wanted it thrown at me. I wanted to love it. I wanted to enjoy it because it adds something new to the show. I don't know where we're going in this last episode. Do they cause the Doctor's regeneration with the watch? I don't know. Does Swarm get her memories? We don't know. But yeah, my hero for this episode... Oh, it's a difficult one, this one. My hero for the episode is maybe Jericho again, because he was the only man that I enjoyed in this episode. He was the comedic element that the episode needed. The clarity in this episode was so poor, and Jodie has gone from being taking her performances up a notch, which I do believe she did in the last 2 previous episodes. She actually made herself the Doctor in the last episode with the Weeping Angels. I thought she was superb. This week she went back to too much exposition, not enough Doctor, and it's poor. It's all round poor. And like I said, I enjoyed it initial run, and then every time I watch that bit with I hope you miss me bit with the ball on the bed with Yaz, that is supposed to tug at my heartstrings, not make me go, oh, for God's sake. As soon as that starts happening, you know you've written it wrong. So yeah, I started off with the initial vote of 7 out of 10, but I think this one's going to be the worst one. I think, considering this is supposed to be a penultimate episode, I would say this one is a 5 out of 10. A 5.5 being nice. Yeah, I'll go for 5.5 because I'm enjoying Flux, and I don't want it to be end it on, you know, putting one of the worst episodes I've watched Doctor Who in a while. You know, I wouldn't put it as much as the found footage Mark Gatiss episode from series 10, or is it series 9? I think it's series 9. I wouldn't say it's as bad as that. I wouldn't say it's, you know, the Forest of the Year, you know, SHIT. It's not as bad as that, but it's up there. It was poor. So I'd say, yeah, 5.5. So if you like what I do at the channel, hit that like button, and if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and have yourselves a wonderful day. Take care.